23, it will warm up and be a pretty decent spring day today. We are looking at the potential of some 70s later this week, but let's talk about an event that is going on this evening. On the phone with me from the Nebraska National Guard Museum, I have Jerry Meyer. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Gene, thank you for the brilliant introduction. It makes me feel so important. Thank you.
You are important. So that's welcome. And we're talking about a fun event. Now, we did an event, what was it, 2-3 years ago now, where we actually had Winston Churchill, and I believe it was FDR came and spoke. Was that who it was that came that time?
Yeah. And did a fireside chat in our theater. It was live on radio. As a matter of fact, that was so realistic that we started getting phone calls, and people would call and go, President Roosevelt, I thought he was dead. I go, yeah, he died in 1905. Well, who's this guy? And it was an actor, and they were so good. And like I said, I think you and the crowd that we just got into it. We rolled, I think, probably 30 minutes of live bantering on a fireside chat, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, we did a question and answer session after they got done speaking, and everybody was so into it. It was so fun. Decided to do something similar again tonight. Tell me more about what's going on at the Nebraska National Guard Museum tonight.
Okay, well, I want to backtrack just a little bit. In July of last year, we had again nationally known actors here. We had Abraham and Mary Todd Lincoln, so President and Mrs. Lincoln, and we had General and Mrs. Grant. And they were building up for a display on the Civil War here at the museum. The city and the school district invited Abraham Lincoln and his wife back to go into the schools all week. So we helped raise the funds for that. So they are in the schools doing presentations all this week. But tonight they're going to be here at the Nebraska National Guard Museum here in Seward for a welcome home, a Civil War welcome home of the 1st Nebraska Infantry. That's Nebraska National Guard, for their heroics at Fort Donelson back in 1862. So we have a concert. We've got free food and drink. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you get a chance to meet President Lincoln and his wife here at a reception here. It's free and open to the public. So we're looking forward to, and that's tonight. The doors open at 6 and 7 o'clock is the start of the program. And plus, we've got a great concert duo, Heidi and Kevin Chang. They're lead level pianist and a violinist will be playing a Civil War music following the short program. So it'll be a lot of fun.
This sounds like a great time. Now, tell me a little bit about the Nebraska National Guard Museum. We'll let you tell everybody about it. If they've never been to the Nebraska National Guard Museum in Seward, what can they expect to see?
Well, I can tell you, you've been out here, so you know.
Yes.
You really got to come here. I mean, get off the interstate, get off Highway 34. We're right off the main square here in Seward. It is the Nebraska National Guard Museum, so we cover all 93 counties. We're both Army and Air with the National Guard. So again, this is our building for showcase our heritage and history of the Nebraska National Guard. We're older than the state, so we go back to 1854. So that's why the Civil War people are going, well, we weren't even a state while we were territory. And we had one of the highest percentage participation in the Civil War with us being a territory. So, that history is here, okay, in Seward. So if you get a chance to come out here, like I said, we are building up for the Fort Donelson exhibit, which is our Civil War heritage, but we've also got our World War II heritage in the liberation of St. Lo, France. So we've got an actual hedgerow room we built. You can walk inside of that. We've got a huge weapons collection. I mean, it is top notch. So if you get a chance to come out here and see the John and Darlene Wood weapons display room, it is really nice. I mean, we got a theater, we show movies, we got, interactive things where Joel Sargent will yell at you. I mean, everything that they like to do and come out here to Seward is here in this museum. So we just keep adding on. So we're looking forward to the event tonight because, like I said, Donelson, and if you don't know much about Fort Donelson, this battle in 1862 was a huge victory. It was one of the first victories of the Civil War. The 1st Nebraska played a role in stopping the Confederates from escaping the fort. The Confederates surrendered the next day on February 16th, 1862 to an unknown general at the time by the name of Ulysses S. Grant. Now, think about it. Ulysses S. Grant, from unknown, became a national hero, become later on commander of all the Union forces that helped win the Civil War, and then also president later on. So, I mean, I think Fort Donelson is probably the most important battle of the Civil War in the sense of, people being in the right place at the right time. The Nebraska men were standing on a road that stopped the Confederates from escaping the fort. They played a huge role. So we're looking forward to honoring their legacy and memory tonight. I know the president will read all 26 names of the Nebraska soldiers that were killed in the Civil War, and it's really going to be kind of touching. They'll ring a bell after each name. it's going to be pretty emotional.
All right. It sounds like it's going to be a great evening, and it's happening tonight at the Nebraska National Guard Museum in Seward. And again, doors open at 6. The event starts at 7. You said there's going to be some live music afterwards. Of course, President Lincoln and his wife are going to be there. Now, is he going to give us a regaling speech, or what's President Lincoln going to do for us?
Well, Gene, we've worked with Lincoln before. You really, and Mary Todd Lincoln says you have to set time limits on Abraham Lincoln, because if not, he will talk for hours. We will probably get more like the Gettysburg Address, a shorter 10-minute version, but he's spun up and ready to go for tonight. So we're looking forward to what he has to say. I think it's all about thanking Nebraska for the call for volunteers and what they did during the war. And, of course, honoring the heroes of Donelson. So we look forward to tonight. So, hopefully we'll see you there. And like I said, for your listeners, again, I know the commercial has been on air before. We've got lots of calls from the York area. Look forward to seeing everybody here. So we'll see you tonight.
All right. It sounds great. Tell everybody once again where they can find the Nebraska National Guard Museum in Seward.
Okay, it's really easy. We've got 2 water towers in town. The one closest to downtown, go to that one. So we're just off Highway 34, about 2 blocks. Or Highway 15 if you're heading north, or 2 blocks to the west there. You'll see it's 201 North 8th Street. 8 is the number, and it's real easy to find. There are signs in town also, but plenty of parking around the building here. Like I said, tonight, doors open at 6, program starts at 7.
Sounds great. Jerry, thank you very much. Always do a great job, and we'll see you tonight, okay?
Take care, Gene. Thanks.
Let's